Welcome to Next Level Play Therapy, a weekly podcast dedicated to supporting the next generation of child and adolescent therapists to provide exceptional play therapy services. We'll explore all things play therapy to elevate your work with children and adolescents using the therapeutic powers of play. I'll discuss practical tips and ideas so you can provide a transformative experience for your young clients and make a real difference in their lives. So get ready to take your play therapy skills to the next level and make a lasting impact in the lives of children, adolescents, and families. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2026. Welcome to Next Level Play Therapy. This week's episode is going to be talking about why you don't need to do it alone as a play therapist. And so when I was thinking about topics for the live stream episode, and this is kind of my first week back from taking a two-week break, just to kind of stand back and rejuvenate, refresh, connect with my people, my family. I was thinking about what would be helpful in 2026. And I'm not a big person to think about goals and, the same old kind of, to me, feels tired. I thought, well, what's really going to help to start the year out and set the tone if we use intention about 2026 and the way as play therapists we want to show up in 2026, what the heck would that look like? And so I thought about the power of community. And what I hear over and over and over and over and over and over and over is so many play therapists feel isolated and alone in their practice, in their agency. And I thought, you know what? One of the things that I have learned through doing Play Therapy Academy, which is my online consultation program, and which was the catalyst for launching my new membership program for those people that didn't need Play Therapy Academy, is the idea of community. And let's not feel burned out, overwhelmed, stressed out, and have our imposter syndrome kicking in and ruling the day on more days than we would like it to. And so that, to me, is the reason for choosing this topic for this month. I'm also going to be opening up enrollment for Play Therapy Elevation Circle. So I will talk a little bit more about that if you're interested in that. Play Therapy Academy has openings. So I will talk a little bit about that if you're interested in that. The core foundation in my mind about these two memberships gets at the heart of a problem that I see going on in the play therapy space. So I think you could make the case that this is probably something a lot of mental health professionals struggle with, feeling isolated, alone, burned out, and overwhelmed. I think in the play therapy community, we experience it even more because we're kind of like a little niche inside the mental health community. And there are not a lot of play therapists compared to the number of, I'll say, adult mental health professionals, mental health people that focus on working with adults. And so what do we do about that? And what are we going to do about that in 2026? And that's what I wanted to talk about. So if you have ever felt like you are alone on an island by yourself, providing play therapy, you have nobody to talk to who gets it, about what play therapy is, nobody to bounce ideas off of from a play therapy perspective, or expressive arts, or you have a tough case or you've had a tough day and you're trying to figure out what just happened in your play therapy session. Who do you go to? What do you do about that? And to me, that brings up the larger issue of burnout and feeling overwhelmed and getting the support that we need. And so if that's you and you've been struggling with that, then this is the episode for you. And this is what we're going to talk about today. For play therapists, feeling isolated and alone. And for many play therapists, you're practicing in maybe your own private practice, or you're in private practice. Maybe you are in an agency where you're by yourself and you're the only kid therapist. I remember years ago, so if you've listened to any of my previous, you might have heard this story, but I'm gonna tell it again because I think it's really relevant to the conversation that we're having today. And sorry, I got so distracted by that person comments that let me get myself focused again. So what I wanted to say is hello to you guys on Instagram and YouTube and LinkedIn. I would love to know who's watching, as long as that YouTube person is not being appropriate. Oh Lord. Anyways, I'm just going to ignore him. So if you're on YouTube, just don't look at the comments until I can get all those deleted. But join the conversation if you're a play therapist and you're joining us appropriately. If you're a child and adolescent therapist, what are your experiences as a play therapist in the community? How do you get support? What are some of the struggles that you're experiencing? Because I know you're not alone. And I know that because I talk to people all the time, but I would love to know who's here. Post in the comments appropriately. And let's get started for today. Also, sorry, one more thing. If you find the information useful, please feel free to share it across your social media platforms. And if you're following on YouTube, as long as you're appropriate, then hit that subscribe button and notification so you don't miss any episodes. All right. First thing that I wanted to talk about today is feeling isolated and not having support. And I remember years ago, this is back in 1992, I had graduated fresh out of graduate school, get excited about my brand new job, excited to get started. I was going to start the journey to fulfill my dream of working with children, adolescents, and families and helping them to heal. And I was being welcomed in as the child and adolescent therapist, and they had a play therapy room. They had a playroom. I was so excited. And then nobody knew how to use it. My amazing supervisors, I had some excellent supervisors. It was an awesome program. I learned so much there, and I am grateful for that experience. And at the same time, there wasn't anybody who knew how to use play therapy. They had a playroom, they had the things, but there was nobody who knew how to use play therapy. And I was struggling. I didn't know what to do. So to the best of their abilities, my supervisors would just say, you're doing a good job. You know, they're kids, you'll figure it out. Here's a worksheet. Have you tried some worksheets? And worksheets don't resonate with me. To be completely honest, I hate worksheets. I would rather engage in play because that's the language of children. And so I kind of muddled along, feeling like an imposter sometimes, doing the best that I can, learning skills, growing, still feeling useful and helpful. And then, long story short, went into private practice, got into an agency. It was a great experience. They had a playroom. Nobody there knew how to do it either. And so I was muddling along. I even joined a consultation group when I went out on my own. And because I know, being a play therapist and a mental health professional, we need each other. We get ideas from each other. We get support from each other. We grow with each other. I've always been a firm believer in that. And so I have this amazing group of therapists who are in this consultation group, which I loved and adored and did not want to miss, but they did not know how to work with kids. Some of them worked with kids and gave me ideas like, oh, just pull out a game and here's a worksheet you can use, which again doesn't resonate with me. So here's the thing, that was over 30 years ago. And play therapy has grown since then. The Association for Play Therapy here in the United States has grown and done a phenomenal job of establishing state branches all over, and state branches work on influencing the mental health community about play therapy and bringing awareness, and also training and consultation opportunities where you can network and find people to do that. We've come a long way, and yet I still hear people saying to me when I talk to them about, they'll schedule a 30-minute video call with me to find out about Play Therapy Academy, or now we're scheduling 30-minute video calls to see if Play Therapy Academy is a good fit. And if not, maybe Elevation Circle is a good fit. And I hear the same thing over and over. And so I know it's still going on. I know a lot of you are feeling like you are the only play therapist in the building, that you don't have access to consistent consultation, consistent to supports, mentoring, or just somebody who gets play therapy, and you just need somebody to say, hey, I don't know what happened in this session, and I think it's this, but can I get your thoughts on that to make sure that I'm on the right track? And hey, do you have any ideas or resources for this? And so having a community of play therapists who understand what play therapy is, that play therapy is using a theoretical model to access the therapeutic powers of play within the context of a strong therapeutic relationship, a community where you have a sounding board, you can get different perspectives and emotional support. I can't tell you how many times in Play Therapy Academy over the last several years, somebody has come to one of our meetings where we have a private group chat as well, and somebody might post in there, hey, this just happened to me. I'm feeling a little deflated right now, or my imposter syndrome is in full swing. And then we give some support, and we get it. Like, they don't have to explain what play therapy is. They don't have to explain why they're doing what they're doing in terms of like a play therapy model. And it's not just about pulling out a game or a worksheet. That it's about how to access the therapeutic powers of play. When you're in a community of play therapists, we already get it, which is why I went to the Association for Play Therapy conference last October. And I had gone a couple years before that as well. And one of the things that I think about going to play therapy training or play therapy conferences is you find your people. Like, the energy at the Association for Play Therapy conferences is amazing. Part of it is because we're with our people. We get it. We don't have to explain things. We get ideas. We're in trainings focused on play therapy. We're getting ideas about play therapy. We're feeling rejuvenated. We have a place where we can go and get ideas and give different perspectives about what might be going on. A play therapy community is where you can get support. Hey, am I on track? Was this like, I think it's this theme. Here's why I think it's this theme. Does that make sense? Do you think it's me? Is my stuff coming through? Or I just had a conversation with somebody yesterday about, trying to figure out, is it me? I know I'm a little prone to being reactive with this. So is it me, or am I picking up on something? We all need help doing that. And a play therapy community where you feel safe to do that and respected, and we get it, can provide so much support. But here's the other thing. It also helps you to avoid burnout, which is another point that we're going to get to. I'll just go ahead and get to it now. So it helps to avoid burnout and feeling overwhelmed and mental fatigue. Day after day after day, you sit with clients after clients after clients after client. We hold hard things. These are hard stories. Being a play therapist is fun, though, so we can hold hard stories in a fun way. But it's still a lot of work that we're holding, and it's still hard to hear the stories. We meet with parents. We support parents or caregivers. We hear their struggles. We hear their frustrations, sometimes with us, because they don't think it's going well and they want us to fix it, right? We have to hold that and see if we can help to shift that. And that's mentally draining. We show up with the therapeutic use of self in our sessions. So if I'm going to use a little neuroscience, interpersonal neurobiology here, I'm going to talk about our resonance circuits. Our resonance circuits are us connecting neurobiology to neurobiology. We are experiencing it with our clients when we are fully present in the moment, being that container for our clients and their parents and their families. I do family play therapy, so I'm holding family systems. That's how I look at it. And that can be exhausting, especially when maybe your child has been up all night before with nightmares, or maybe your whole family has got the flu running through from kid to kid or parent to parent, and you're doing all the things, right? Or maybe you are having some, maybe you're having some of your own personal stressors that are going on. These are the things. We still have life going on. It's not like, my husband would always remind me, it's not like you're a robot. Of course you're going to have feelings, which always made me laugh, because I was like, leave it to the non-mental health person to speak the voice of reason when I'm second guessing myself and I'm like all over in my head overthinking things, right? Leave it to the non-mental health person to speak the voice of truth into my brain and instantly get me to go, oh yeah, it's true. That always makes me laugh when I think about it. Anyways, it's true though, right? Where we carry burdens in our neurosystem day after day. We have fun doing it sometimes. That, thinking of that made me laugh so hard. My eyes are watering a little bit. Plus I'm a little tired getting started again this morning. But in between sessions, how much time do we have to let go of that? Right? We move from session to session. We we invest all of ourselves in this play therapy session. Maybe we have this robust battle, right, with swords, or maybe we're playing in the restaurant and we're focused on being a good customer, or we're eating the delicious pretend meal that was just made for us, or we're processing trauma, right? All these things. So in one session, and then we have to shift gears and go to the next session, and maybe they've got something completely different that we're working on there. That's a lot of shifting. And we're holding that. That can be really exhausting day after day when you are doing it on your own and feel like you are the only play therapist. And this is where community helps. And I see this all the time in Play Therapy Academy. And now with my new membership, as we're getting into full swing and we're having our mastermind meetings, our circle meetings, also known as consultation, where it's the group support, where we have a place to, like, am I overthinking this? Or, is it me? Am I picking up on something? And my resonance circuits are actually working. And now, okay, yeah, I can use that information. Now we have a community of support to run that by, and to get some feedback, to check out our biases, to get ideas and resources, to get a pat on the back, to say, you know what, you're doing a good job. Or maybe a little bit of compassionate challenging, like, hey, you may want to think about that a different way. Or, this might be another way to think about that. In a safe space where you feel like you don't have to pretend. You can be who you are and get support to do the job that you need to do. And then you can go back to being the play therapist, being the support, being the, as I say, the wise Yoda, showing up to guide my young Padawans through the process and become amazing Jedi warriors, right? To navigate the world, providing support to parents so they can help their kids navigate the world. So being part of a community allows that to happen. And being part of a play therapy community specific to play therapy allows you to be part of a community where you don't have to constantly explain and try to get them to understand what you're talking about, or silently say in your head, yeah, I'm not using a worksheet, or yeah, playing games all day long just doesn't seem to be moving the needle. And I need something with a little more depth, understanding how the heck we access these therapeutic powers of play, and what the heck does that even look like with this client or with that client, right? This is where community can make a difference. And the other thing is that I find is there is absolutely no way for us to stay current on every little thing going on in the play therapy community. Theoretically, the new thing that's going on, the strategy du jour, as I would call them, or the new diagnosis du jour. How do I figure out which one's actually accurate so I get a better sense of what are the roots at this problem my client is experiencing? There's no way to be an expert on everything. It's just not possible. And I say that after being in the mental health field for almost coming up on 35 years, and being the person in the beginning who wanted to know all the things and felt like I had to stay up. I had to read all the research. I had to read all the theories. I had to learn this theory or that theory, and I had to know what resources were around. It was exhausting. It's not even possible. Here's what I did learn, though. Here's the shortcut. Your community if you access their resources and their knowledge and their expertise, then you can tap into that and use that information to help you kind of fill in the gaps and lean on their strengths to help you grow in those areas. My philosophy is work harder. I got that backwards. Work smarter, not harder. Like, is there a easier, faster way to get to this goal that where I'm still going to get the same benefit, but I don't have to take all this time, energy, and financial resources, right? I see this all the time in play therapy community. I see this was just at our elevation circle meeting last month, where we had different people with different expertise, and we were helping somebody kind of think about things a different way and maybe figure out what was at the root of the problem. And we could use these different expertise and this different knowledge base to figure it out. And that way you have that kind of synergy of knowledge and wisdom, and that collective wisdom to get, I would say, more well-rounded support for you. And that's going to benefit your clients, because you're going to take that into the playroom. You're going to take that into your parent counseling sessions with family counseling, parent consultation, family counseling without client present sessions, whatever name you're going to use for it. You can take that knowledge and wisdom to help you be a more effective guide for your clients and their parents. And so to me, that's the power of community. We can work smarter, not harder. We can have less burnout. We can be more effective guides, more knowledgeable guides. We can be more present with our own families, because we have a place to take all this stuff that we're experiencing as play therapists that come up day after day after day after day. We have a place to take that where we can leave it and then now have space for our own family systems. We can feel less guilty knowing we're not the only ones who feel like, you know what, I feel like I'm giving more time and attention to my clients than I do my own kids, right? We're not little robots, as my husband would remind me. And so this is the power of community. This is the power of being part of a play therapy community where you don't have to do it alone. So if you are tired of doing it alone, if you want consistent support without feeling overwhelmed and burned out, just one more thing that you have to do, and be able to get a place where you can have ideas to get more clarity, to build more confidence, to have less burnout, then a play therapy community or play therapy support is going to fill that need. And that's why I am happy to announce, if you're interested, I have two options. One is Play Therapy Academy, and the other one is Play Therapy Elevation Circle. They're a little bit different and they're kind of similar. So I do have openings in Play Therapy Academy right now. So Play Therapy Academy, if you're interested in if 2026 is the year that you decide, yep, I want to get my registered play therapy credential and I want support so that I don't have to do this journey alone. And I want to access some more information along this path of becoming a registered play therapist, then Play Therapy Academy is probably a good fit. We meet twice a month, very structured consultation meetings in order to maximize our time and get the most benefit for you. But also, you not only get my almost 35 years of experience in child and adolescent mental health, you get the collective wisdom and experience of the other Play Therapy Academy members. And Play Therapy Academy is a very small group. So that one's much smaller. There's courses in there, tons of support. If you're interested in Play Therapy Academy, then you're going to want to go over to my website at rhplaytherapytraining.com. Go over to the supervision page and you'll see Play Therapy Academy. It gives you more information. But schedule a 30-minute video call with me and we're going to see if it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, maybe Elevation Circle is a better fit, or maybe neither is the right time. Well, we won't know that unless you schedule the video call and we can have that conversation about whether or not it's a good fit. This month, I'm also excited to let you know that Elevation Circle, Play Therapy Elevation Circle, I'm going to open up enrollment for a short period of time at the end of the month. And I'm only letting in a limited number of people because we're still kind of building the community. And I want to make sure that we really have time to connect and have people feel supported. In Elevation Circle, this one is not, if you're interested in the RPT credential, Elevation Circle is not the one. You want Play Therapy Academy. Elevation Circle came about because as I was talking to people about Play Therapy Academy, what I realized was there were a lot of people that didn't need Play Therapy Academy, or they weren't quite ready for Play Therapy Academy, but they still wanted support because they were feeling isolated and alone, and they didn't have a community where they could go to get the help that they needed to be the play therapist that they wanted to be, to help their clients have that deeper level of healing. So Elevation Circle is more community based. And what I mean by that is that we meet once a month for consultation. I call those masterminds because we put all our brilliant minds together and provide support, talk about different play therapy topics, get ideas, help provide support. And then we also have a monthly book club in there. So we meet once a month for a book club. And the book club discussion is focused on how do we take that information we're learning from this book and apply it in play therapy. And so the book that we're reading is, I think it's, I don't know if it's an oldie. To me, it doesn't feel like it's an oldie, but it was published in 2008. So maybe. But I think it is pure gold. Every page I love. And if you take nothing else away than reading Being a Brainwise Therapist by Bonnie Badnock, then I would definitely get that book. But that's the book we're reading. And then we're seeing how are we applying that in the play therapy sessions and the work that we're doing. There's some other things in there as well. There's some other things in Play Therapy Academy. You can go over to my website and kind of read more about that. If you're interested in Play Therapy Elevation Circle, and that Play Therapy Elevation Circle, that one's kind of global. People from all over the world can join that one. So if you're interested in those, then go over to my website at rhplaytherapytraining.com. If you're interested in Elevation Circle, I would highly recommend getting on the wait list so you can find out when it's going to be opening up and some other things going on with Play Therapy Elevation Circle. because it's only going to be open for a short period of time, and I am only letting in a small group of people for this next round of enrollment in Elevation Circle. So if you're interested in those, we're also going to post the links in the comments, but definitely head over to my website at rhplaytherapytraining.com. See what's going on over there. There's other resources. I have some trainings coming up, so there's some other things over there as well. And I just want to end by saying how much I appreciate our play therapy community, how much I appreciate you, and the work that you're doing. And I say, let's let 2026 be the year that you don't do it alone anymore. Like, even if you don't do Play Therapy Academy or Elevation Circle, connect with somebody, connect with other play therapists so that you're not feeling alone. All right. And I will see you next week. That is all for today. Bye for now. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Next Level Play Therapy. I hope you found the discussion valuable and gained new insights and ideas to support your work helping children, adolescents, and families heal. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Your feedback helps to improve and reach more people who can benefit from this information. Remember, play therapy is a powerful tool for healing and growth. Whether you're a new play therapist or experienced, I encourage you to continue your learning journey to unlock the potential of play in your own work and relationships. If you have any questions or topic suggestions for future episodes, I'd love to hear from you. Connect with me on social media and visit my website at Renewing Hearts Play Therapy Training to stay updated on upcoming episodes, trainings, and resources. Thank you once again for listening to Next Level Play Therapy. Until next time, keep playing, learning, and growing.